Today I'm making a really light tropical salad because it is warm outside and I'm thankful the humidity's down a little bit, and I'm glad to hear more and more people getting their power restored. We're taking mangoes, and if you have a neighbor that has a mango tree, you can look out, but we have such an abundance that they're usually on sale. So you're going to take about 8 mangoes and peel and cut them. You peel them, you just cut them in wedges and then cut them again. We're going to marinate a simple marinade with chicken thighs, inexpensive, and it's going to grill up beautifully. And we're going to make a tahini style glaze that's going to go on that. Toss it all together with some baby bok choy and some other ingredients, and we're going to have a lovely meal this afternoon. So stay with me. I'm coming back to grill in just a few minutes. So let's get started. I have the chicken thighs. Now I put salt and pepper and some sesame seeds on it. Now I'm going to take just a little bit, to kick it up a little bit, I'm going to use a little Moroccan spice. I always love to have some of these seasonings from the Spice and Tea Exchange. And then I'm going to take about a tablespoon and a half of canola oil and just kind of coat the chicken instead of the pan. So let's do the seasoned side down in a griddle pan. If you're going to do this outside on the grill, which is really easy to do, you just want to make sure that you don't put the tahini glaze on until the very end. That's really important to remember. So these 4 down. So let's come back and season them on the right side. Remember, when you're working with raw chicken, it's always good to have some gloves next to you so you don't touch something else that can give you cross-contamination. The 2 things that you have to be careful about, believe it or not, cantaloupe has just as much salmonella as raw chicken. So I always say wash your cantaloupe first, then cut it, and then scrub that cutting board. Okay, salt, pepper, Moroccan seasoning, we've got it. Sesame seeds, and you can buy different types. You can toast them up a little bit, and that'll just give it just a light crunch to it. We're going to put some more in the salad at the very end. So I have a few chicken thighs left, so let's go ahead and put a little oil on those, and then we'll add the seasoning as soon as these are ready to turn. Over here I have tahini. Now tahini, like I said, is that delicious sesame paste, and it flows like chocolate fountains all over Israel. It's amazing. So to this, we're just going to basically make a glaze with some local honey. It depends, you know, I like to use orange blossom honey. I think the little bit of sweetness with the tahini works really well. So we have about 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to do a dash of rice wine vinegar and mix it around, and we'll be back to make the dressing and toss it all up. You have that tahini that I made with a little bit of the rice wine vinegar, unseasoned rice wine vinegar, smoothed it out, and honey. So you're going to do it about 30 seconds to a minute on each side with that, 'cause it's going to get sticky. Then if you need to finish them off, if they're very thick, pop them in the oven at 400 degrees for another 3 or 4 minutes. It's going to be cooked perfectly. Now that I know that's all set, let's get to the dressing. This is the type of dressing you're going to make over and over and over. Now I call for pure toasted sesame oil. The reason why I like it toasted, it's a richer flavor, and in a salad dressing you really want that, where the just plain sesame oil is fine, but this holds up, the toasted holds up with a better, nuttier flavor. We're going to take a little gluten-free soy sauce, and then, of course, more rice wine vinegar. It's usually a 3-to-1 ratio, but I always taste it just to make sure. So let's give it a little taste, swirl, and nailed it on the first try. Excited about that. Now, I have baby bok choy, and I've just cut that into strips. And I'm going to toss that with some shredded carrot and chopped cabbage, purple cabbage. Now the mangoes, a whole bowl of mangoes. Probably way too much for the salad, but they're going to last till tomorrow, so that's perfect for a smoothie. New clean tongs, and we're just going to toss this around in the dressing. A great way to do this is to make a big batch of this dressing. It's going to sit in plastic containers for 2 weeks, so you can just shake it, and then it's going to be all mixed in. It's going to be perfect. Shop your refrigerator. I say this all the time. You have a half a red pepper, put it in. You have some diced apple, put it in. That extra crunch is just going to be really lovely with this. You could definitely substitute papaya if you wanted, or even star fruit. I know a lot of my friends have star fruit trees, and we are really getting the benefits from that completely. So give it a toss. Then what we're going to do is we're going to clear off the cutting board. I have a couple pieces of apple over here, and we're going to put that in there as well, because like I said, you can use almost anything. And we're going to take the chicken off the pan, off that grill, and we're going to let it rest for 10 minutes, and then we'll cut it into strips, and it'll be perfect for the salad. So leave that over there, toss this around, and then we're going to bring it to the plate. I'll be back in just a few minutes to show you the final dish and give John Scalzi a fresh bite.
Honestly, this is fantastic. This is delicious.
You need it. Well, you know what? I'm just such a salad freak. And I was thinking ahead in the storm, if I was out of power for a long period of time, how am I going to eat salads? But something like this can be, you can eat it for lunch or dinner. It's crispy, it's satisfying. And I think the tahini chicken just kind of gives it that real body of flavor.
It does. It really does. It brings out all the flavor. It adds an extra depth. But, I mean, just the chicken with the mango, with the bok choy, I guess that's bok choy in there. It's just fantastic.
And I adapted it from Cooking Light magazine and put in a few of my own ingredients, but I think this is something you can put out in a platter and you can serve everybody and feel good about it.
Oh, so healthy, so good. Honestly, you got to go to the website, mysuncoast.com, click on the dining button, take you right there. Judy Gallagher's instructions will all be there as well. Absolutely fantastic. Could you substitute other kinds of, I guess you could put in pork there, right?
You certainly could put in pork. You could put in a turkey tenderloin, would be really fantastic. Or you could do fish. You could grill a piece of grouper and lay it right on top, still use the tahini, but put it in the oven.
Or I suppose if you wanted to go, you know, completely vegetarian, you could use some of that tofu.
I was gonna.
No,
you know,
I do eat
tofu.
tofu.
No, you do.
No,
I don't. No,
I do.
we're bagged. We're bagged, and I'm sorry to every vegetarian out there. We don't. We are busted. We don't love.
I like the
them.
really dry tofu, the not the watery kind, but the new ones that are like extra firm.
Yeah. No, I'm going with the chicken, just so you know.
Anyway, really delicious. Check it out. Right?